Hello.
Today we are filming a marriage Q&A video with Dakota and I, and I've asked Instagram to give us a bunch of marriage Q&A questions, so we're just gonna be answering them. Hopefully we can answer everything for you guys.
I typed like 10 in, so we'll answer all mine.
What?
Yeah, just tease it.
You answered what?
I said I put in 10 of my questions, so...
About marriage? We're gonna answer your own questions? Guys,
No.
please help me.
No,
help me. Here we go. Weirdest thing y'all have learned about each other since being married. Weirdest thing. Oh my gosh. Dakota and his eating habits are freaking weird. He eats cake in a bowl of milk. He gets a slice of cake
That is not
and
weird.
pours milk over it and eats it like that.
That is not weird.
That's probably the weirdest thing I've learned about you.
Is it bad you don't have anything that weird?
I mean, I'll take it. What's your ideal age for starting to have kids? It's kind of like, probably in the next year or two, we'll probably start trying to have kids because I'm okay with that. I don't mind being a young mom, and I feel like I want Dakota to still be kind of a young dad. And so if we want to have multiple children, we probably need to get going. You know what I'm saying? So this one's asking, what is a keepsake you will always cherish?
I have this little note. So the first time Brooklyn came and visited me in Vernal, he wrote this little note in my bathroom, and I still have it. I keep it in my suitcase, which is weird, but
You always have it.
It's a little
I don't even remember what I said. Or
It says,
I
I miss you with a...
Yeah, like I wrote it as I was leaving his apartment, and I left it in his bathroom, and it says like, I miss you with like a smiley face and a heart. He still has it.
I do.
Which is funny.
I'm gonna show you the note that I've kept in here for a long time now. Right there. There's a laptop in.
A lot of people are asking us about getting married religiously. Dakota and I really want to get married religiously on our 1-year anniversary. We got married civilly, obviously, with our like main wedding in California. And we were hoping that we could get married religiously at our 1-year anniversary to be like kind of a fun celebration of like our 1-year anniversary married together. So that's what our plan is. I just think it's like fun, and it's another way to celebrate like our 1 year.
Yeah.
Someone said, when did you know you wanted to get married? I don't know. I think it hit me, I mean, this is like really early, but I think it probably hit me like after about 6 months of dating. Like, because I've dated a bunch of guys before now, and I've been in plenty of serious relationships, and nothing had ever felt like our relationship. Like, it felt very, very real. There was nothing that I was afraid of or I was scared of. I was not afraid that he was gonna walk away from me for any reason. It was just like, I felt very safe and very sure that if I married him, I would have a very, like if I stayed with him, I'd have a very happy life. And so of course, once you get to the point where you're like so confident in your relationship that you're like, this is never going to end, I'm never going to get hurt. At that point, I was like, let's get married. So,
Yep.
is that how you feel?
Yep. Ditto.
Ditto? Man, a few words. Someone's asking if we're gonna have any more dogs.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have any more dogs, babe?
Are we?
Are we?
I told you yes.
I want another one really bad. Dakota
It's the training
is
that...
a little bit hesitant in regards to another dog.
It's hard because
Which
some days...
I don't know why he's complaining about
No.
training, because I literally trained Finn before he even knew me.
We do want another dog, and it's like back and forth. Like one day we want one, and the next
The
day
next day we don't. So we'll probably get
Hard.
another one.
What
What's
is-
your favorite outdoor activity to do together?
Here it's been like tennis and golf. In Utah,
In Utah, boating. Surfing.
Yeah, being outdoors. Camping. What's your pet peeve of living?
Biggest pet peeve with living with each other. What's yours? Do you have one off the top of
Oh
your head?
yeah, easy. And it still has not changed. Even though
Easy.
I've told you 1,000 times. Like when she's on with her towel, she'll just
I've
drop it.
gotten better at it.
Kinda.
Rude.
Babe.
My biggest pet peeve is Dakota won't buy anything in bulk or
I
frozen.
buy bulk.
So he has to go to the grocery store every single day. And it benefits me because he cooks, but it doesn't benefit me because it's expensive, and also it's a trip to the grocery store every day. And I don't know why, I always was raised to just buy like frozen meat or like frozen chicken or frozen fruit, but he does not do that. He likes to have everything fresh, which is good and bad. Who's the more romantic one? I think Dakota is, I would say, more romantic.
Yeah, but you're romantic.
He likes to do things for me all the time, so that was probably seen as more
Although,
romantic.
you can't see our flowers right there.
Oh
but
yeah, our flowers,
They're
they're dead.
They're dead.
It might be time for some new ones. This one's asking us if we bond while waxing. So that's something Dakota and I do, is I'm an esthetician, so we wax a lot. And I wax his eyebrows.
My eyebrows grow
and I wax my armpits and my bikini line, and I also wax Dakota.
I always have to
in other places.
These eyebrows get filled in like every week, so we wax a lot.
Are you, Brooklyn, as comfortable with your in-laws as Dakota is with your family?
I don't know, how do you control, or how do you know? How comfortable do you feel?
I feel like he's probably more comfortable with my family.
Because we live here.
Because we live here. And so he's with my family all the time. I mean, I love his family and his siblings and his parents and all that, but I feel like we don't spend as much time together. So it's hard to feel like as close.
I mean, that it's because we're in Texas, not Utah too.
Someone said, how was the process of legal changes? Were there any barriers? I did not change my name. I know that some people really love that. Some people really hate that. I chose not to change it, not necessarily for any particular reason other than it's really hard to change your name, but also because that's who I am. And I don't feel like I belong to him or he belongs to me.
Yeah,
and so we just left it. If we wanted to combine our names, I think we would just hyphenate it so that we both felt like we had an equal part in the relationship and in the family we were building. But to us, it wasn't important. And it's just really hard to legally go through all of the stuff you have to do to change your name. I just don't feel the need to change it because who cares what my legal name is? Just because I know everybody wants to have us ask a question about this. Someone's saying, was it awkward the first time you had No, it wasn't. It was not awkward because we loved each other.
Yeah.
Oh, someone said, what are some tips on dealing with age gaps? I feel like there's judgment around my relationship for it. That's an interesting question.
Honestly, I don't feel like there's a huge age gap.
I mean, there's a 6-year age gap.
Yeah, but we don't feel it.
So I feel like we're in the same stage of life. Like we have the same mentality for things. Like it doesn't feel like there's an age gap really. But all I have to say to that is as long as you're legal consenting adults and you're happy and you feel like you guys are on the same maturity level, then you should just ignore everybody who's hating on you for it. Okay. That's my personal opinion. Someone says, how do you keep the intimacy in your marriage alive? That's a good question. I mean, granted, we're only 6 months into marriage, so we haven't had to deal with this for very long, but I feel like we both have really busy schedules and sometimes being intimate in your relationship can be hard, but I feel like
for us, it's easy, but...
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to learn each other's love languages too, because I think that really helps people feel more excited or wanting to initiate that kind of intimacy in the relationship. I think for me, when Dakota does stuff for me, like acts of service, I'm like, I want to rip all your clothes off.
Oh.
But when it's different for Dakota. It just depends on who you are and learning that love language and how to talk to your partner and then also build up those emotions and feelings can definitely help. Also, I've heard a lot of people say that even though it sounds dumb, kind of scheduling or making sure that you at least saying, hey, I want to, be intimate at least twice a week, then you make sure that happens. Some people really have to do it like that.
Make sure you're planning your dates too.
Yeah, planning dates and going out, spending time together,
Yep.
Loving each other. This is a good one. What's something everyone told you about marriage that you think isn't true? Everyone told me that marriage is hard, and I feel like marriage isn't hard. If you're married to the right person, marriage itself isn't hard.
It should be easy.
It's everything else that's hard.
Yeah.
Life that's hard, or you have bad days and that's hard, or everything else is hard. But to me, marriage itself is not difficult. It's never a question of did I marry the right person? It's always just a question of oh my gosh, how are we gonna deal with this? Or this is coming up, or we don't agree on something, or those are the things that are hard, if that makes sense.
Find our problems together.
Yeah.
One-on-one.
Oh, that's a good one. How do you divide up house chores and money responsibilities? To be honest, I feel like this is different for everyone. For us, I work a little bit more than Dakota does. And so sometimes a good chunk of the house responsibilities end up falling on him just because he's home more often. So Dakota does a lot of the cooking.
I do the laundry.
That one is because Dakota likes cooking.
I like to cook.
But he does do the laundry because I'm never home, and if it was up to me, it would never happen. So he does the laundry. And then I feel like we kind of jointly do the dishes. Oh, money responsibilities though, that falls onto me. So I deal with a lot of our finances, like, you know, our loan on our house. I deal with our joint account. I make sure we have a current balance. I deal with a lot of the finances.
Get on my,
Yeah, I'm always involved in our finances. So everyone keeps asking, what's the main difference between being married compared to just dating? Not a whole lot. Other than, like, for some people, obviously, they don't live together before they're married, which could be a significant difference. But I feel like not a lot changes other than the fact that you're, like, closer. You feel closer because there's something about marriage that makes you feel like you're not gonna lose that person. Like, I feel like dating, you still are, like, together. And if you're secure in a relationship, that's great. But marriage, it's like, all right, it's a lot harder to leave me now. Like you know, how do you resolve disagreement? That's a great question. Honestly, you know, that's something we're still learning how to do, obviously, because I feel like you learn how to do that your whole entire life. Like, you never really always have it solved talking to each other. Like, usually the only way to solve a problem is to express your feelings, have the other person express their feelings, and you both come from a place where you actually want to compromise. Yeah, you can't just, like, want to be angry.
Is it hard to merge two lifestyles?
Is it hard to merge two lifestyles?
No.
Yeah. I guess it depends on your partner. To me, I've always lived with somebody else because I've always lived with Bailey. So really living with someone, like, honestly, I don't even think twice about it because I'm so used to it. But I think for Dakota, it was harder originally for him, I think, to, like, learn how to live with other people. Our cleaning habits are different. Like, he's definitely cleaner than I am. But, like, our cooking habits are different and stuff. Our sleeping habits are different. You almost just, like, kind of merge into one lifestyle. Like, you don't really, you don't really think about it. Do you plan on having a farm since Dakota is a cowboy? Dakota would really like it if we lived on a farm. I would really like it if we lived on a farm.
It changed recently too. We watched the show and she's like,
no, I was always open to having land and stuff, but I don't want, like, a ton of animals. I don't want to have a ranch. I just want a small little, like, family farm. I want to live on some property. But I mean, right now we just bought a house, and so that's probably not going to happen in the foreseeable future.
We're not going to put a cow in our backyard?
No, our backyard is definitely not big enough for a cow. Someone said, do you ever get tired of constantly having to be around each other? Not really. I would say, like, one of my love languages is quality time. I actually do get tired of being around people. I don't get tired of being around Dakota. Like, when we're out in public, I have a social battery. I'm like, all right, my battery's dead. Time to go home. Like, I need my own personal space. When I say personal space, I don't mean him. Maybe because he's not that talkative, and so it doesn't feel like somebody's around all the time. You can't tell. He doesn't say a whole lot all the time. So it's not like he's, like, being annoying or anything.
Being with my best friend every day, huh?
He says his favorite part, this one asks, what's your favorite part of marriage? And he said, being with your best friend every day. Don't put your arm back around me. I like that better.
Gold.
Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys want us to answer more questions about wedding, about marriage, about our relationship, whatever, just let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Bye.